People who wear hoodies when it is 100 degrees out, why? I can see many people commenting about how they want to hide their bodies or scars and injuries from self-harming. Just breaks my heart. I send my support for all those folks who deal with such troubles. My reason is much less sad. More weird. I have Raynaud's disease, or something similar to it. It causes the arteries in my extremities to constrict too much under exposure to cold or stress, or just whenever they feel like it. I guess, it's really random. Most of my family has it, as do my grandparents on my dad's side, so it seems to be genetic. We don't get overheated as easily as most people, and our hands and feet are pretty much always icy cold no matter the day or time. If I'm wearing a hoodie outside and the sun is blazing hot and you could cook an egg on the sidewalk, I'm either legitimately cold or just haven't realized it's hot out there. I had Raynaud's really bad in high school. Now that I'm older it still shows up from time to time but not as severe. My body temperature regulation is still just as strange, so yup, no matter the weather I'll be wearing some sort of jacket. Mosquitoes adore me too. Here are my tips that have helped me this summer. Live with someone they love more, never leave the house without them. They're like a human shield. My BF personally doesn't really mind the itchiness, whilst I often have allergic reactions making bites huge and severely itchy. Get a bite away for when you do get bit. It's a little phallic-looking battery-driven thing that heats the mosquito bites to the perfect temperature to destroy the enzyme that makes them itchy. Use on new bites and they go away completely within a few minutes. I swear by this thing, and always bring it when I suspect I might get bit, aka everywhere. Depression is strange. I live in Texas and I'd still wear a hoodie most of the time going to school even if it was May. You wake up in the morning when it is cooler outside and your room is possibly cold too. The first thing you see is the same hoodie you wear every day since it is easy and comfortable, then you throw it on real quick and go. Not much thought, gets regrettable when it is truly hot out, but at the time it just didn't matter to you. TX is also weird in the summer because it's hot outside, but a store, restaurant, office, etc. may very well be an Arctic ice storm of AC. I can get by without proper weather protection in the fall/winter, but if I don't have a wrap sweater or hoodie in the summer, I'm going to end up suffering somewhere. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie or zip-up jacket 90% of the time when I'm inside in the summer. I run cold, so the constant AC blasting cool air is like an Arctic wind all the time. I'm a big fan of the hoodie and shorts combo, warm enough for inside, can easily use a blanket on legs, but still cool enough to get to and from my car, etc. Self-harm. Not for a very long time now, but my early teen years I wore the same two hoodies constantly, even when I slept. Edit. I'm pretty amazed at the response to this. I'm so sorry for all of you still going through this. I hope you all can overcome it. I did it for close to 3 years, and it's been 15 years since the last time. After reading the question I assumed there'd be a lot of troll comments, but this is a factual reason I completely forgot about. One of my good friends when I was 11 to 13 had cut herself to the point that both of her forearms were covered in scars from the elbow down. She always wore long sleeves and shorts in the summer. Yet, my arms are covered in several hundred scars from my self-harm days. People stare if I wear short sleeves. Sobs. I've stopped caring. Most people don't ask me about it. If they do, I just tell them matter-of-factly that I have a mental health disorder, but I'm better now. They usually either don't know how to react, which I kind of like, since they asked a probing question anyways, or apologize and I tell them it's okay, I'm not ashamed by it anymore. I hope someday you can find this level of comfort for your body, because it is so freeing to not give a shit. What would you feel like is the best response to this? I'd assume something like, it's okay, I understand. You don't have to feel ashamed, or do you think people would take offense in me insinuating that it's something to be ashamed of to begin with? I'm not the person you replied to, but I do have self-harm scars I've been asked about. Honestly, just don't make it a big deal, just say something like okay, no worries then, and move on. If the scars are white, it generally means it happened a long time ago, and if it was me I'd just want to move on, no heroic comments, etc. Just moving on lets them know that it doesn't bother you. It's when they're fresh that's it hard to deal with. Trying to show you care without upsetting them and making them feel bad is a fucking tightrope. You feel it in your guts. Best way I've found is to just really show and tell your love for them without directly addressing the scars, other than checking if they're seeing a counselor or whatever. If they want to talk about it they will. I dunno. I've had 2 girlfriends in the past who self-harmed and it was really difficult. Thankfully they both managed to get better. It was really difficult for me sometimes though. Fucking see fresh scars and my heart would swell and I'd want to get angry but I couldn't, then I'd feel sad, like it was my fault somehow, and just at the helplessness of it all, and is never really know what to say or do, 'cause all I could say was you okay? Wanna talk? But if the answer was no I'd have to just continue on with our time together like there wasn't a bandage on each of her thighs that she was insisting were cat scratches, and maybe this time they were, but who knows, so you just pull out the microwave popcorn and DVD you brought over and start giving her a back rub while trying to not cry 'cause you know she's hurting and there's nothing you can do. I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. I've dated people who self-harmed, men included, and obviously used to do it myself, and I know it can be horrible. Trust me when I say you did the best you can and there is nothing you can do except offer support. It is then their choice to accept that support or not, but never blame yourself if they don't. It is a very difficult habit to break, and whenever I relapse, very, very rarely now, I feel incredibly bad knowing that I'm going to have to tell my boyfriend or he will see and it will be awkward. The best thing I find to offer is exactly what you did. Just offer them that pathway to talk if they need, and leave it at that because the cuts are embarrassing enough. If they want to talk, they will. That is genuinely the best thing you could have offered to save both of you embarrassment and also offer that helping hand. So on their behalf, thank you. Sorry for rambling a bit, I'm sorry you had to experience that. Please never put it on yourself.